Good morning to everyone. So our unit 3 topic is ferrous and non-ferrous materials. So first we have to study about what is engineering materials. So material is nothing but made up of matter. So matter is nothing but something we have sense with a touch. So that is called as matter. So materials are anything that have weight and occupy some space. So that is defined as the material. So engineer should concern with the optimum use of materials. So field of engineers concerned with the optimum use of materials. So engineers are required to select the most suitable material. So for that the engineer should have the knowledge about the engineering materials and their properties, so that only we can select the optimum material for our product. So let's see about engineering materials, different types of engineering materials. So they are classified into 4 types: metals, plastics, ceramics and composites. So first is metals. Metals are classified into 2 types: ferrous materials and non-ferrous materials. So ferrous is nothing but something iron materials have iron as their main constituent, that is called as ferrous materials. So types of steel: stainless steel, tool and die steels, cast iron. Next one is non-ferrous materials. Non-ferrous materials are they don't have iron as their main constituent, that is called as non-ferrous materials. So that are aluminum, copper, titanium and tungstens. So in this unit we are going to study about ferrous materials and non-ferrous materials. So characteristics of metals. So first one is hardness. So hardness is nothing but resistance against deformation is called as hardness. Next is strength. So strength is internal resistance offered by a body when the external load is applied. So this is internal resistance offered by a material is called as strength. Next is rigidity. So rigidity is also a resistance about deformation, and also rigidity means the molecules inside the material have don't dislocate, so they are in a constant position, that is called as rigidity. So they don't have to deformate. So resistance to deformation is called as rigidity. Next is formality. Formality means the ability of the material to be converted into one material to another material. So if we have raw material, when we heated the above recrystallization temperature, they get a liquid state. So then we poured in a mold shape and we convert into another shape of the material. So that is formability. So material should have the property of formability. So we can easily convert into one form to another form, that is called as formability. Next is weldability. Weldability means the material should have the ability to for the welding process. So it is easy to weld, so that only we can join 2 materials or control the damage in the material. So material should have the weldability property. Next is machinability. So material should have easy to machinable for grinding purposes, polishing purposes. So material should have the property of machinability. So next is conductivity. So conductivity means it should have resistance to thermal conductivity and electrical conductivity. So that is the properties of conductivity. So these are the main characteristics of the metals. Next is types of metals. So we already seen that the metal is considered in 2 types of metals: ferrous metals and non-ferrous metals. So ferrous metals means the metals which contain iron as their main constituent is called as ferrous metals. So example for ferrous metals are cast iron and steel. So next is second type is non-ferrous metals. So non-ferrous metals nothing but metals which contain metal other than iron as their main constituent is called as non-ferrous metals. So ferrous metal means iron as they have iron as their main constituent. Non-ferrous metal means so they don't have the iron constituent. Iron constituent is very small amount. So other than metal, iron is have the their metals which contain other than iron as their main constituent is called as non-ferrous metals. So examples of non-ferrous metals are aluminum, copper, zinc and lead. So next is classification of ferrous materials. So metals are classified into two types, ferrous and non-ferrous. So next is ferrous are classified into two types, steels and alloy steels. So steels are further classified into low carbon steel, medium carbon steel, high carbon steel. Alloy steels have stainless steel and tool steel. So non-ferrous metals are into cast ions, so grey ion, ductile ion, white ion and malleable ion. So let's see about steels. So steels are alloys of iron and carbon. Steels contain other than elements like silicon, manganese, sulfur, phosphorus, etc. So steels is a composition of iron, silicon, manganese, sulfur, phosphorus. So that is defined as a steel. So let's see the types of steels. So steels are classified into, and we saw that plain carbon steel and alloy steels. So first one is plain carbon steels. So plain carbon steels are classified into three types. First one is low carbon steels, second one is medium carbon steels, third one is high carbon steels. So plain carbon steels. Plain carbon steels is a composition of carbon up to 1.5%, copper up to 0.6%, manganese up to 1.65%, silicon up to 0.6%. So next is low carbon steels. Low carbon steel means those steels have contained less than 0.25% carbon is called as low carbon steels. So low carbon steels represent the largest tonnage of all the steels produced. Low carbon steel is also known as mild steels. So another name of low carbon steel is mild steels. So second type is, first one is low carbon steel, and next is medium carbon steels. So medium carbon steels means, medium carbon steels are those steels that have between carbon amount 0.25 to 0.60% carbon. That is called as medium carbon steels. So medium carbon steels may be heat treated by austenating, quenching and then tempering to improve their mechanical properties. So if we heat the material in high temperature and then we use the rapid cooling method, the material properties would have improved. So the properties are improved by the heating and cooling process. So third type is high carbon steels. So the steels have those carbon content more than 0.60% carbon is called as high carbon steels. So high carbon steels are nothing but steels that have more than 0.60% carbon. That is called as high carbon steels. So these are the simple types of steels: low carbon steel, high carbon steel, medium carbon steels. So applications. So the applications of these plain carbon steels are cutting tools and dies, knives, razors, springs. So these materials are made up of plain carbon steels. So next we will see about alloy steels. So we already see the classification. So we know that steel is alloy of iron and carbon. So steels are correspond to plain carbon steel and alloy steels. We had seen that plain carbon steel. So next is alloy steels. So alloy steel means any steels other than carbon steels, they are called as alloy steels. So any steels other than carbon steels called as alloy steels. So this have the composition of these materials: manganese about to 1.65%, silicon about to 0.60%, carbon about 0.60%. So copper, in which definite range of defines maximum quantity of any other following elements specified in the recognized field of construct and alloy steels. So they also have the composition of aluminum, chromium up to 3.99%, cobalt, molybdenum, nickel, titanium, vanadium and any other alloy elements added to improve the properties of the material. So these composites are added to improve the property of the alloy steels. So main composition of alloy steel are given as So copper is 0.224 percentage, manganese